Greetings, dear friends. Happy Monday to you. I trust you had a beautiful weekend and are ready to step into a brand new week ahead. Here we are wrapping up the month of July and getting ready to step into a powerful month of August. This is us with our usual check-in, our Mastering Our Mindset session. And if you've been here before, you know that it's all about just really feeling into the energies. Where's the moon? What phases of the moon are impacting us? And then I use 4 different decks of cards to kind of, the whole idea about this mastering our mindset, excuse me, is really about creating pause, little moments of pause to just tap into your own inner guidance, your own connection to your soul's guidance. So that's kind of the essence of this. Now, before we start pulling cards, the phase of the moon that we're affected by this week is the last quarter phase of the moon in the sign of Taurus, and that came yesterday. So we're like really steeped in this energy. Now, with it being Taurus is a very practical energy. So it's about the structure and the doing and the activating that which lights you up, your soul's calling. So this is a time for, there's a sense of perseverance, of being practical, of doing the things that align with your heart's guidance. And also being practical, it's about assessing, are all the habits and the intentions and the words you're using to yourself and about yourself, are they in alignment with that big intention, with your big goals and ideas and path forward in life? And so, like I said to you a moment ago, this idea of creating pause, sometimes when we create pause and kind of review the patterns and the habits and the things that you put on your to-do list, sometimes we can actually see, oh gosh, that's not in alignment anymore, or that suited a past version or a past phase of where I'm going towards or what I'm intending. And so this is about really allowing yourself to stay present to what makes you feel in alignment. If you've watched these before, you know one of my favorite questions is to suggest, and try this one on, is how do I feel about myself here? So how do I feel about myself when I say, yes, I'm going to go that way? How do I feel about myself when I say, no, that doesn't work for me anymore? Or thank you, that was great. It served me well during that experience or that time or that project or that thing, right? And now it's time to let it go. Oh, there's a nice perfect segue to step into pulling our first card. This is my letting go guidance system. So when we feel into what's happening with the moon, that really helps us get very in touch with our own internal energy, but also with where's the sun? And the sun is in the sign of Leo. So this is a auspicious time, like I said. When we look at where the sun is, that's actually part, and it starts to inform what is our soul's calling. What is our soul calling for us to do? And with it being Leo, it's very courageous and powerful, and that's what we're in this month of August. That's why I said it's such an important, powerful month. So it's the numerology wise, 2024 is an 8 year, and now we're stepping into the 8th month. So really powerful manifestation and boosting in our courage and boosting in that which we want to create and experience and bring in more of. So that's kind of what we're sitting right on the edge of. And is it flowing for you? How does it make you feel about you when you go this way or go that way? And in doing that, that's why I'm going to pull up one of the letting go cards, because oftentimes when we do these contemplation pauses, we can actually get clear on, oh, there is pieces and layers that are not serving me. And this is funny because the one that's come up for us is your baggage. So what are you carrying outmoded beliefs and ideas and feelings even. Or maybe you've set an intention and you thought it was going to translate or go a certain way and it's not. Or it is but it's coming in a different way. So putting down your baggage is one of my favorite ways to really inspire you to do this, and I do this in my own journey, is to appreciate it. You know how sometimes we can have, limiting belief or a little narrating voice within us that's kind of holding us back. When we recognize it and say, thank you, you served the purpose. You did what I needed, and now I'm letting it go. When we have an appreciation for it, you'll find that it actually releases with greater ease. If I say anything on these sessions that discombobulate you or confuse you, or you need a wee bit more support or guidance, just put it in the comments below or message me directly, because this is about helping you. My whole mission with these is to help you listen to your inner guidance. And sometimes that means that we need to ask for somebody to hold space for us, or to go deeper into navigating the choices or the decisions or things of that nature. So let me know if you need more support. So moving on, we're going to release our baggage, and now I'm pulling one tarot card, and then I do 3 Healing with the Angels cards. Oh, beautiful. It's the Empress. I love that. So the Empress, the creative feminine energy, isn't that powerful? Coming in with that Leo energy. So the Empress is she does take pauses and reflects and plants and cultivates and grows her flowers and things that we get to see in the month of August. So that's beautiful energy. And also that can actually help you maybe lean into that loving, mothering energy, that fertile ground, to release that which no longer serves you, and come into maybe shedding layers or limitations so that you can even deeper find your own alignment with your truth, with your truth. That's the last deck of cards that I used for these sessions is my deck called Liberate Your Inner Truth. And I may the Empress energy guide you and inspire you to into that a little bit more. If that makes sense. That feels like that's a way of doing it. Beautiful. Oh, these are really powerful cards that we've got. The first one is children. Isn't that interesting that children comes up with the Empress? So maybe whenever I see that card in this deck, I think of how is your relationship or your access or your connection with your own inner child? Are there times where your own inner guidance is kind of trying to tap you on the shoulder or help you get clearer on what is your big intention, or what is your soul's mission, or what is your unique flavor that you're intending to put? Are you listening to it? Are you allowing it to flow through you? And this is coming into that call for all of us to balance our masculine and feminine energies. Regardless of what gender we are, we all have masculine and feminine within us. And that is the if you don't want to use masculine and feminine, that's fine. But it's then to get into the being and the doing. We don't have enough space in our usual way of doing and doing and doing and doing and hustling and pushing and forcing, and we forget we need to be. That's where our power is. And when we allow that space into being, it's manifestation. So, if you're hustling and trying to get something accomplished, or feel like you have to work harder and harder and harder to get something achieved or something manifested, maybe what you need to do is to set the intention and trust that the flow is happening, and that when we get that balance for ourselves, we all have our own way. We're wired in different ways of how much energy do you have, and Do you check in, is this mine to deal with? Is this mine to continue working towards? Or do I let go and, outsource it or request somebody else or put it down for a time while I replenish and rejuvenate and fill my own cup up again? And sometimes just by having that lighter hold on the doing, you can actually end up finding out that you're way more powerful creating when you have your best rhythm in that being and doing, if that makes sense. Because the outcome of that is this powerful spiritual growth. I've said that before on these sessions, is that we are powerful spiritual beings having this, some people call it 3D, having this life experience. But it's everything, regardless if it's positive or negative, good or bad, up or down, black or white, everything in nature is spiritual. And that, when we get into our rhythmic way of our being and doing, we actually can start to recognizing it, that everything is happening as it should. And that we can actually allow ourselves to just be coming into that being and aligning with, now it's time for me to get up and activate something or work on something, but then always coming back to a sense of appreciation, a sense of connection with your heart. I'm such a big believer on this. One of the things that's so important is to pause regularly, put your hand on your heart, and remember, this is where your wisdom is at your heart space. It's also, some people call it the seat of the soul. So when we can just pause and not get too caught up in the chattering blah, blah, blah in our mind, come into your heart. This is where that question gets answered. How do I feel about myself here? Do you feel on point? Do you feel grounded and calm and soothed and at ease? And even if there's a wee bit of discombobulation, coming into presence with your own self allows you to get in touch with okay, now this is what you need to take care of, or call a friend, or ask for support, or navigate your intentions in a different way. I trust that makes sense. Like I said, if this confuses you or you need some more support or guidance, just let me know. But take a nice deep breath again. I'm just about to send you off into this beautiful week ahead, but like I said, I'm finishing our session by pulling one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth cards. Let's see what comes up to seal this powerful, amazing energy for this week ahead. Perfect. Actually, this is funny because I like this one a lot. This one is I Am Guided. And why I'm smiling is because it's actually confirming some of the things I just said. But of course, that's how this all flows and works so well for us. But let me read this out to you. I make time to suspend logic and trust my feelings. This helps me access the answers that dwell within my heart, rather than my mind. Feelings are a part of the guidance to fulfill my greatest potential. And now you can see why I chuckled, because I was just saying that. Come into your heart. Listen to your heart. This is where your guidance comes from. So remember, you are guided. Sometimes we just need to remember that and create the space to receive that guidance. I wish you a beautiful week ahead. I'll be back again with you next week. Much love.